Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chadijas and welcome back to another discussion. This is 1 year 365, day 181. No, 100, yeah, 181 actually. So tomorrow will be the last day of chapter 2, I guess, and there will be so much stuff that I want to mention there. It's just me talking basically the old style, I would say, using the Samsung Notes and just scribble around, right? And then say something about what's going on, like at least in my life, right? The past 3 months actually, yeah, because uh, because I divide this into four chapter, so that will be 3 months each chapter, right? So the first chapter already finished after the beginning of May. No, not May. Is it May? What is it again? I kind of forgot already. Yeah, I think it's May, June, and July, and then August, September, and October, and oh no, actually not May. May last of May, right? So it's basically June, July, August, and then September, October, and November, which will be at the time this video is released, right? At the time I'm recording this, it's still October. It's not even Halloween just yet. I think it's 27 or 28th of October. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah. So you might have noticed as well, right? That this has been less than a month apart, which is not the one I planned before, right? And again, I'm going to talk about that tomorrow as well. Hopefully, I remember everything that I want to talk about, and just plan and um, yeah, basically that will be for tomorrow. But for now, we'll actually talk about intrusive thought first. This one's got quite interesting. So intrusive thought is like it's been mentioned or discussed a lot. Well, at least in memes, right? Like people doing random things out of sudden, right? And that's what people called as intrusive thought. But I was kind of, like curious about the science or the psychology behind this, right? And hopefully we found something over here. I actually took a look about all this stuff over here. Well, not all, but some of these, and it actually a little bit scary for me because there's some stuff here that probably I should not read or even show. I'm not entirely sure how YouTube works. Because recently I just got not striked, but more like I got warned for one of my old video as well, which is in the 1 year 365, and that's about um, what is it again? Like it's the one in the Spooktober, so it's like 3 weeks ago or something. One of my podcasts, I would say that the video from 1 year to 65, it got warned and it got removed, right? Because of something. Again, I will mention about this as well tomorrow. So yeah, basically there is some stuff that I should not said, right? Well, it's not really my fault, I don't think, because it's here in the Wikipedia. So I just literally just read what's here, right? And I think the AI or the AI of um, YouTube didn't quite understand what I was talking. So uh, that probably got me in trouble, right? Because I said something that I didn't mean to say, right? And well, the AI doesn't have the ability to differentiate that. I also don't have manager at the moment, and the one that can clarify anything, right? So like everything then just be left with the AI, and that's about it. And yeah, it got me into trouble. I needed to contact the YouTube support, and glad that the video is brought up now, because misunderstanding, right? I didn't mean to make such claim, but yeah, whatever, it will be for tomorrow anyway. But yeah, don't want just basically I don't want to have the same problem again from now on. um, Now, that's that, right? Which is, you know, I was kind of scared about talking about this because some of this actually includes actual health topic, right? And I'm not expert in that as well. Also, this might include some psychological stuff, which I'm also not expert on that. So I need to basically be careful about thinking about this. But generally about that, I think I can read some of this, like this one. An intrusive thought is an unwelcome, involuntary thought, image, or unpleasant idea that may become an obsession, is upsetting or distressing, and can feel difficult to manage or eliminate. And then there is all of this stuff over here, which I'm not gonna say. You can read yourself, I guess. Again, I'm not sure if even showing sentence like this, the AI can read that as well, and cause me a problem or trouble in the future. I'm not sure, but um, I will be careful not to mention stuff anyway. So yeah. So the reason why I want to talk about this is because again, one recently, well, not really recently, but like this year, I feel like there's a lot of memes, like funny videos about intrusive thought, right? About people, like I said, people randomly do random things, right? And it's not always a pleasant one, right? Because like this, the description is an unwelcome, right? Involuntary thought, unpleasant idea that may become an obsession, right? Um, Upsetting, distressing. So this is basically thoughts that can make you do bad things, right? So yeah, it's been popping up. I'm not sure how to use that word. At least in 2022, and I feel like yeah, like it kinda is relatable. I mean, after all, memes are just things that you can relate to, right? And I guess intrusive thought is there. Basically, yeah, like you just do random things. Sometimes it's stupid. Sometimes it feels like it's a fever dream, right? And yeah, um, many people experience the type of bad or unwanted thoughts that people with more troubling intrusive thoughts have, but most people can dismiss these thoughts. Yeah, it's just a thought, right? You can just ignore it. And I think this is probably one of the treatment as well, is to focus, I would say, like focus on thinking about something, right? So that these kind of thoughts will, I believe it will come when you're not really focusing on anything, right? Like you're just staring blankly, therefore these kind of thoughts just came up into your mind, right? So the way I, treat this, well, at least for myself, I always tried myself to, I always try to make my mind busy all the time. Like at least I think about something, right? And that will prevent me from thinking about, like these silly, weird things that never came up into my mind, right? So, yeah, at least that's what I do. I just keep thinking, basically. Yeah, I would say I've been referring myself as an overthinking person since middle school, even since elementary school. I don't know, maybe middle school when when uh, I'm 14 and that's deep, right? And something like that. I've been thinking. I've been calling myself as an overthinker. I overthink stuff. Therefore, um, I always think about something all the time, right? Um, and well, most of the time anyway, and that probably prevents me from thinking about bad thoughts, these intrusive thoughts. And I'm glad about that. So I guess after all, overthinking is not really a negative trait, not really a negative habit, not really negative, what is it, like a mindset, right? It's not weakness, right? As long as you can control your weakness, it can become your strength, right? And I think I'm managed to make my overthinking problem into a good thing, right? Like for instance, this podcast over here, I keep thinking about everything all the time, and sometimes I keep thinking about random topics, right? Things that I always try to randomly ask, right? Well, I guess that's kind of intrusive thought in its own, but those intrusive thoughts I can control, right? It it has the base of me being curious about lots of stuff, right? So my intrusive thought will be not really intrusive. My sudden thoughts, including of wondering about something that I never think about, right? Um, it's kind of similar to intrusive thought, I would say, but I feel like it's not really, right. It's still different thing, and there's that. So yeah, there's that, and yeah, like basically like out of sudden I ask about like for instance yesterday's topic, right? I ask about yellow page about phone book, right? Why does phone book exist, right? um that's out of sudden, right? Well, not really out of sudden because I really have like I guess I have reason as to why I asked that. Well, the point is that I think about that in the first place, right? And that's not a bad thing, It's that's curiosity, right? Um, and I feel like being curious is still better than not thinking about anything and then letting your intrusive thoughts came, right? That will be a problem probably. Well, at least for me anyway. Um, Although yeah, I also ever heard about the phrase curiosity kills the cat, right? So yeah, like that basically that's a repercussion or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Repercussion or something like that uh, about things that the effect of things that you do, right? So yeah, I guess that's in its own about the Schrodinger cat, right? Schrodinger cat, right? In which the cat can be alive, the cat can be dead, and the only way to know is if you open, right? And you don't need to open if you don't feel curious. So because you're curious, then you open the box, and it turns out that the cat's dead. Therefore, your curiosity kills the cat, right? Um, if had you not being curious in the first place, then nothing will happen, right? But I guess I kind of control that as well. Like I'm being curious, but there's always a portion, right? So that it doesn't become intrusive curiosity. I feel. I'm not sure if that's what it can be called, but yeah, like your curiosity, well, my curiosity, I'm curious about most of the time, but should I actually then discuss about it, right? Should I actually try to find the answer, right? Because sometimes some answers are better left behind, right? Because for one, maybe no one knows what's the answer will be. Maybe it's not really for discussion because it's probably inappropriate. Maybe it will strike the guidelines at least in the YouTube and something like that. So yeah, there's that. But most of the time, the things that I thought or yeah that I thought immediately, not really intrusive. It's somewhat under control, right? So yeah, I think there's like yeah over here, right? There is some stuff over here that I should not mention at all, I believe, because I feel like that can be a little bit troublesome, right? So yeah, age factors. Adults under the age of 40 seem to be the most affected by intrusive thoughts. I guess, but it's kind of weird as well, right? Not sure why. Why not the? Oh, I think I know why probably because the older you are, the less you think about something, right? You become less care about stuff, therefore you don't think too much, and because you don't think too much, these random intrusive thoughts will not appear, right? Because you're not thinking. So uh, by you're not thinking, I mean you don't randomly think about something, right? They're more under control, right? So I guess that's why if like young people, right, that can be affected these. Well, at least at the 20s, I can say that in the middle of 20s, and yes, that's probably the time, right? because again, when I see the memes about that, the video in TikTok and Instagram, they always came from people that are young, right? And they make this for fun, obviously, but is it really for fun? I don't think so, because people can relate to that as well. So yeah, it's something that's relatable, right? I guess that's just what everything is nowadays. If you want to make content, make sure that it is easily relatable to everyone, right? So that people can be related, people can relate to, and then they feel like you are in their side, and therefore they support you, right? Like the video or something like that. But yeah, at least that's what I thought. Um, Okay, there's something else, condition. I think that's just more, what is it, like disorder, right? I'm not gonna mention about that as well. Treatment, exposure, therapy, okay. Referred to as habituation or desensitization, is useful in treating intrusive thoughts. Mild cases can also be treated with cognitive behavioral therapy, which helps patients identify and manage the unwanted thoughts. Okay. Exposure therapy, okay, and then behavioral therapy or CBT, okay. I'm not sure what that is, and then medication as well. Not gonna mention because the last time I mentioned about medical stuff, I got trouble, right? Next, epidemiology. What's that? Study found that 78% patients had intrusive images. Okay, and yeah, that's about it basically. I guess I can just talk about this a little bit for a good minute here, before I close, right? So yeah, well, obviously you can't really hide from this, right? Because these thoughts just suddenly came up in your mind, right? Can you actually blame yourself for that? No, right? But I feel like the way to distract yourself from thinking randomly about this is that you need to be focused on something, right? Like, let's say you're a student, right? So, think yourself like what to do tomorrow, like, like what will be the test, and then what should I study? What about the homework? And, should I go to, I don't know, like the mall with friends as well, or should I go recreation maybe at the end of the month or during holiday seasons with my friends or something like that, right? So, always keep yourself busy by thinking about something. And yes, I would say this can make you into an overthinking person, but I feel like that's still better than having a lot of intrusive thoughts, right? Because again, those are usually unpleasant, right? And you know, I feel like one way or another, one of these intrusive thought, eventually you will think about it a little bit too seriously, and then you do that, right? And then you know that it's harmful, so you should not do that because again, it's intrusive thought, right? There's nothing good coming out of it basically because again, it's intrusive. Nothing good coming out of intrusive behavior, right? Well, at least that's what I know, anyways. As general random person that doesn't know about psychological in the background, right? Or medical stuff. So yeah, um, I think that's it for today about intrusive thought. This has been episode 181. I'm, looking back, it's kind of, I don't know. I kind of feel mixed right now. It feels like, um, I just talk like this for, I don't know, for days, right? Like every days for the previous 180 days, right? And I feel like, I don't know, like I feel like I'm glad that I do this, although not really a lot of people watching this anyway, but I still enjoy this at least for myself, and I think that's already good for my mental health, right? Because um, again, like I said, I'm an overthinking person, so I always discuss about stuff every time, right? And I also talk a lot, which probably not a lot of people a fan of. If you're talking a lot, like, come on, Danny, just shut up. Your opinion doesn't matter. Well, yeah, but can I really shut up? No, right? So why not just continue that, right? I embrace that, and I guess here we are now. We're at 181. Maybe like some of you eventually in the future will watch all of these eventually or not. I mean, who knows, right? Um, like I kind of doubt it. I kind of doubt that 10 years from now people actually watch this specific video about intrusive thought. I kind of doubt. Maybe some people will, but again, I kind of doubt. I'm not sure what's going to happen even in the next 10 years, right? In the year 2032, right? That's something, right? That's 10 years from now. We shall see, right? But yeah. Anyway, that'll be it for today's discussion about intrusive thought. I hope you guys enjoyed, even if like if there's someone anyway that can that watch this, kind of doubt, but uh, yeah, there's that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. This has been intrusive thought in 1 year 365. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe, healthy. I will see you again very soon. I will see you again tomorrow with another discussion. Not discussion, but more like 182, the closing chapter 2, right? But yeah, until then, see ya.